introducing a new concept of arithmetic mean. So far we have completed arithmetic progression. So arithmetic mean. Let's look at these three numbers 4, 8, 12. What is the arithmetic mean? Arithmetic mean is nothing but your central term. तो अभी तक जिसको हम mean कह रहे थे, that is your arithmetic mean, right? First term plus last term by 2 or middle term, anything. That is your arithmetic mean. So if you have three terms which is in AP, B is your middle term. So B is your arithmetic mean, and arithmetic mean is nothing but first term plus last term by 2, which is A plus C by 2. So that is a property. Also, I think I have already spoken about this. If you have three terms, this is how you have to take the terms: A minus D, A and A plus D. So now follow that approach by taking the generalized term and solve this question. Try to do it orally if you can. Otherwise, you can use pen and paper, but yeah, I think it is doable. Sorry, sum is 3A. 3A is 18. So A is 6. Product of extreme term is A square minus D square. A was 6. So 36 minus D square is 20. D square is 16. So D is plus minus 4. Which means term R. A kitna tha mera? A was 6. So 6 minus D and 6 plus D. Which is 6, 2 and 10. So 2, 6, 10 or 10, 6, 2 is your terms. You can have two terms, right? Like two possible sequences. This is an oral question, right? A minus D, A and A plus D. So now if you just have to add it, you don't have to use pen and paper. You have to do it fast only. What is the sum? It is 3A.
Yeah.
3A is
6,
18.
okay, yeah.
So A is 6. So product of extreme terms is what? A square minus D square. A minus D into A plus D.
Got it.
So 36 minus D square is 20. So D square is what? 36 minus 20, which is 16, which means D is what? Plus minus 4. We'll have to keep this speed, like it's basic calculation. 36 minus 20 is 16. So D square is 16. So D is plus minus 4. So terms were what? A was 6. 6 minus D, 6 and 6 plus D. If D is 4, it is 2, 6, 10. If D is minus 4, it is 10, 6, 4. Sorry, 10, 6, 2. So now again, just try to observe this. What I'm doing is I'm taking two numbers, A and B, and I'm trying to introduce the arithmetic mean into it. So if I have A, B, and if I have introduced the arithmetic mean in between it, which is A plus B by 2, so resultant sequence A plus B by 2, and B will also be in AP. Right? It has to be in AP if you can just relate to this. So as and when you just keep on introducing arithmetic mean in between, resultant sequences will be in AP. That is what I've done. 2 और 12 का arithmetic mean कितना हो गया? 12 plus 2 by 2, 7. 7 को बीच में डाल दिया, 2, 7, 12. तो अभी this is also an AP. ये सेम ही चीजें जो मैंने ऊपर बताया कि अगर दो numbers के बीच में if you keep on introducing arithmetic mean, तो resultant terms भी AP में होगा. That is it in a very simplified form. Now comes the CAT level questions. Chalo, let's see how many of you can solve it. Let's see. And there's a standard method. एक बार में please try to pay focus. I won't repeat. And बहुत ही standard question है. बहुत बार CAT में आ चुका है. So what do we do? दो sequences given है. Find how many terms are common. ठीक है. एक sequence चल रही है which starts from 3. Where common difference is 3 and where the last term is 105. And second sequence shall be 4, 8, 12, so on and so forth. So what do? Sabse pehle, step number 1 is identify the first common term. Which is that first common term? Everyone can see it.
12.
It is 12, right? 12 is the first common term that you have to visualize. So which is fine. So you know कि जो भी terms common होगी उसमें first common term will be 12. ठीक है, this is an AP, this is an AP, so of course resultant term भी AP ही बनेगा by visualization. इसका common difference कितना है? It is 3. इसका common difference कितना है? 4. So one thing which you can do is you can keep on writing the sequence. For example, 18, 21, 24, 27. यहाँ क्या आएगा? 16 के बाद 20, 24, 28 and so on. So you can say next common term will be 24. Right? But then, of course, you cannot keep on doing it manually. You will have to identify a pattern. So what do? You say कि यार first term का जो common difference है that is D, second term का जो common difference है that is 4. So जो resultant term होगा which is an intersection, उसका common difference क्या होगा? It will be LCM of D1 comma D2. Note it down in your notebooks. If you can visualize this thing, well and good. If you can't, just note it down and try to recall it. So this is LCM of 3 comma 4. 3 और 4 का LCM कितना होता है? What is the LCM of 3 and 4? It is 12, right? So common difference क्या होगा? 12, which means resultant term भी एक AP बनेगा जिसका first term is 12 and common difference is 12. अब मुझे पता है कि जो सबसे लास्ट कॉमन टर्म होगी दैट कैन बी 105, राइट? बिकॉज फर्स्ट सीक्वेंस का मैक्सिमम नंबर कितना है? 105. इसका मतलब दोनों में जो कॉमन होगा वो मैक्सिमम कितना हो सकता है? 105 हो सकता है. सो व्हाट यू राइट इज, यू राइट कि जो कॉमन टर्म का nth टर्म क्या होगा? इट इज ए मुझे पता है फर्स्ट टर्म इज 12 प्लस n-1 into d I have already calculated as 12 has to be this nth term which is the last term of the intersection wali sequence has to be less than equals to what? 105. यहाँ पे students make a mistake of writing 124 but no, it has to be 105. Why? Because दोनों में से जो सबसे least है वहीं तक जा सकता है, right? Common 105 के बाद तो intersection वैसे भी नहीं है. So this has to be less than equals to 105. Now you just solve it. n-1 into 12 is less than equals to what? 93. So n-1 is less than equals to what? This is 12 8 are 96. So this is 7 point something. So which means n has to be less than equals to 8 point something. 8 point something, which means common terms kitni hai? Common terms are 8 because it is 8 point something. So the nearest integer less than equals to 8 point something is 8. So the answer is nothing but 8. This is the method that everyone has to apply in such questions going forward. Yes. Orally भी कर सकते हो, वही सेम चीज है तुम orally कर रहे हो वही मैंने लिखा है. बेटा वेरी गुड. orally भी ये क्वेश्चन किया जा सकता है. 12 8 96 है, 12 के मल्टीपल्स होंगे, right?
Yes, sir.
Plus, if you see this, like if you solve this expression, मैंने इसको गलत वे में solve किया है. This is what 12 and 12 should actually get cancelled, right? And this is nothing but 12n less than equals to 105, which is multiples of 12. So n is less than equals to 8 point something correctly. So now let's start with the GP. By the way, before we move to the GP, is everyone confident about AP now? So now let's look at these sequences. Everyone, and try to observe a pattern that what is common. What is the pattern that is being followed here? Just try to relate that what pattern is being followed in each of these 4 sequences and tell us.
The first one, it's 2. The second, it's 2. And in the third one, it's root 2.
Very good. And in the last one?
I didn't find out the fourth one. I didn't find out it. It's half, I guess.
Come on. How is it half?
Minus half.
It's minus half, right? It's very easy. You just do minus half by 1. So this is minus half, again division, minus half, again division is minus half. So what is the pattern? The pattern is that the ratio of any 2 consecutive terms is same. And such sequences are called as geometric progressions. ठीक है, arithmetic progression में क्या था? It was consecutive difference between 2 terms. यहाँ पे क्या है? It is ratio. Generic term कैसे निकाल रहे हैं? In the interest of time मैं सीधा बता दे रहा हूँ method क्या होता है. But everyone just pay focus. First term is A. मुझे पता है रेशियो सेम है, सो सेकंड टर्म a प्लस r नहीं होगा, सेकंड टर्म होगा a into r बिकॉज जीपी में रेशियो रिमेन्स कांस्टेंट. थर्ड होगा ar into r which is ar square. So if you can relate the pattern, जब यहाँ सेकंड टर्म होती है तो पावर 1 होता है, जब थर्ड टर्म है तो पावर 2 है, तो जब nth टर्म होगी तो पावर विल बी n-1 and this is what everyone has to remember. See, how do you do a into r to the power n-1? That is why I have taken this simple problem so that we understand how to apply the formula. निकालना क्या है? T6 निकालना है, right? तो this is what a into r to the power n-1. a क्या होता है? a is your first term. First term कितना given है? It is 4. So 4 into r क्या होता है? r is common ratio which is 2. So this is 2. n क्या होता है? This is n, right? Tn. So this is 6. n is 6. So 6 minus 1 is 5. So what is this? 4 into 32. 2 to the power 5 is 32. So what is this? 32 into 2 is 64. 64 into 2 is 128 is the answer. Hina, very bad. 64 नहीं होगा. Sanchit 500 something नहीं होगा. Clear everyone? मतलब this is I think mini basic question. मतलब basic के भी नहीं चाहिए. Clear everyone?
Clear.
Okay. So if this is quite clear, maybe I'll just give you one more chance. Be confident. Okay. First term is 10. Common ratio is half. You have to calculate 10th term. Okay, maybe this is say 512. First term is 512. Common ratio is half. You have to calculate. Okay, this is not 5 by 2. This is 512. This is 512. R is 0.5. This is not 112. This is 0.5. First term is 512. Clear, right? 512 into r to the power n minus 1. So it is 1 by 2 to the power 9. 2 to the power 9 is 512. So it will get cancelled and the answer will be 1. Great. That was it. In GP, this is the general term. Now let's understand the sum of n terms of a GP. That's the proof for everyone. And yeah, this method of proof will be very important in miscellaneous question. So pay attention to the proof. What I've done is I have to calculate the sum of n terms. So first term is a, second term is a into r, third term is ar square, and n term is a into r to the power n minus 1. So now what do? I just multiply this entire series with the common ratio, that is r. Okay? So this will become r into sum of n terms. This will become ar. This will become ar square. This will become a into r to the power n, right? Now what I do is I just subtract these two equations. So I will get Sn minus r into Sn. I will take Sn common. Sn into 1 minus r. Now if you observe, these terms will just get cancelled, right? All of these terms will get cancelled. What you will be left with is the first term, that is a, and the last term, that is a into r to the power n. Now if you had to calculate Sn, right? So you just bring it down. This is, and take a common. So this is the thing to remember. Sum of n terms of a GP is a into r to the power n minus 1 upon r minus 1. Now you can also play around with this. You can take r common from the numerator. It will be a into r to the power n minus 1 minus a upon r minus 1. And you know for the fact that a into r to the power n minus 1 is nothing but tn, right? So this is another way of writing the sum of n terms. When do you use this? When, for example, you are already given sixth term, you're given the first term, you're given r, and you have to calculate sum of 6 terms, right? Then you can directly use this. And it's a very, very, very important method. We will talk about miscellaneous series, we'll talk about EGP, and this proof will help you there. So what I've done is I multiplied by the common term and shifted the series and then taken the subtraction. So if this is clear, please solve this question. Very good. Answer is 728. Clear? Just apply the formula a 2 into r to the power n minus 1 upon r minus 1. R minus 1 is 2. So 2 and 2 will get cancelled. It's direct. 3 to the power 6 minus 1. 3 to the power 6 is 729. So it is 728 is the answer. So how many, okay, maybe let me ask, how many prime numbers are there between 1 and 100? Does everyone know this? Counting करना है 2, 3, 5, 7. You don't have to count it. It is 25, right? Everyone remembers this. 1 to 100 के बीच में 25 prime numbers होते हैं. And which is, so can prime number be also even? Can you have an even prime number?
Yeah, 2.
There's only
Is
one.
the largest even prime number?
From 1 and only 2.
2.
2 is the largest even prime number, right? Because 2 is the in fact only even prime number. So whether you say largest or you say smallest, don't have to get confused. It's 2. fair. So I think most of you knew कि 1 से 100 के बीच में कितने प्राइम नंबर आते हैं. Now let me ask 1 से 200 के बीच में कितने प्राइम आते हैं? It is 46, right? So should know these things on your fingertips. It just makes you feel nerdy. कि 1 to 100 के बीच में 25 प्राइम नंबर्स आते हैं, 1 to 200 के बीच में 46 प्राइम नंबर्स आते हैं. ठीक है. Now, ठीक है. Let me tell, or like let me ask you कि how many of you, like, you know, I had a few friends who were like very good with numbers. They had this habit of remembering phone numbers. So how many those experts do we have out here who are good with remembering phone numbers? Okay. So let's see. For those students who are good at remembering numbers, and even for others, maybe if I ask you ki, how many number of prime numbers are there between 190 and 200?
3.
That is where
3, I guess.
it gets difficult, and you'll start making 191, 197, 199.
193.
So you have 4 prime numbers between 190 and 200.
Okay.
And of course, you can have a maximum of 4 numbers only between any 10 digits, which starts with 0 and then also end with 0, because even numbers तो prime होंगे नहीं. 10 में से 5 तो even numbers होंगे जो prime नहीं होंगे. बचे हुए 5 में से एक 5 से divisible हो गए होगा. So बचे 4. So these are the 4 maximum numbers which could be prime in any interval of 10, which starts from 0 and then ends with 0. Now, if I ask you कि 130 से 170 के बीच में कितने prime numbers होते हैं, it will start becoming difficult for you to manually count them, right? So that is where this remembering the phone number wala trick comes into picture. First thing is, everyone by heart this number. It's a 10-digit number. 4422 322 321. 4422 322 and 321. सबको याद हो गया? काफी simple है. 44 and then you just divide it by 2. It is 22. Then you sort of increase 2 by 3 and then it is 322 and then you just decrease it by 1. So it's 321. So 4422 322 and 321. It's a phone number of, say, your favorite person. याद रहेगा सबको? Now, what is it? It basically says कि जो starting वाला 4 है, right? That is the number of prime numbers between 1 to 10. Second वाला जो 4 है, that is the number of prime numbers between 11 to 20. This is 21 to 30, so on and so forth. And last वाला is 91 to 100. So if you just sum it up, you should get 25. So now, next time someone asks you, all you have to do is just remember this number in your mind: 4422 322 321. Okay? Every digit represents the number of prime numbers between an interval of 10. And this is another phone number from 100 to 200. Let's see who can remember this number. It starts with 41, sort of palindrome. So it then ends with 14. Like, you know, semi-palindrome करके तुम याद कर सकते हो if you are into maths. So it starts with 41, so it also ends with 14, and then in between it is 13, 12, 22. So 4, 1, 1, 3, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 4. So you just close your eyes and then speak these numbers: 4422 322 321, then 4, 1, 1, 3, 1, 2, 2, 2, and 1, 4. Okay? So this gives you the prime numbers in the similar fashion between 100 to 200. Okay. Enough of fun. Let's get back to the GP mode. Let's solve this question. Simply, you have to use the second formula, जो मैंने बताया था, which was R into Tn minus 1 upon R minus 1. Is your essence. Try not to copy the question. Just look at the numbers and solve it in your notebook. That will help you in increasing the speed. By the way, so far we were just doing simple questions, basic questions, and now the level of questions will gradually increase. What I have done is sum of 6 term is equals to R into T6 minus T1 upon R minus 1. I'm sure you all have noted this down earlier, and you just solve this expression to get R equals to. ठीक है? अब GP में एक interesting okay, Samriddhi. This was the second formula. The first formula was this. Second is just its variation. This is the second formula. You just break this down as R into A into R to the power TM. That's it. So now what if someone asks you that what is the sum of an infinite GP? Because first thing, many of you are saying A upon R minus 1. There is nothing like A upon R minus 1. It is A upon 1 minus R. And first and second thing, see GP में क्या होता है? It is, for example, say ratio is to 1, 2, 4, 8. इसका तुमको sum पूछा, sum of infinite terms. It has to be infinite, right? Because it's an increasing sequence. So 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 16 plus 32 plus 64. इसका sum कितना होगा? Its sum has to be infinite, right? अगर वो infinite तक जाएगा तो, which means sum of infinite terms is not A upon 1 minus R. It is A upon 1 minus R when what? When there is a condition.
R is between zero. Yes.
No. So for those students who are saying R is less than 1, it is again incorrect. Mod R is 1, which means R is less than 1 or greater than minus 1, right? If R is minus 2, it is still less than 1, but then you won't have a converging or a unique sum. Okay? So, if you know the limit, you just are actually applying limits here. Okay? R to the power n will converge to 0 if n tends to infinity and mod R is less than 1. Clear? So sum will be A upon 1 minus R if mod R is less than 1. Always remember this thing. It's an important, tricky thing that comes in the question of data science. Sorry, not data science, data sufficiency. DS. Okay. Let's solve this question. So what we have to do here is, see, in an infinite GP, every term is 7 times the sum of all the terms that follow. Okay, which means, say my GP का term कितना हो गया? AR square, AR cube, so on and so forth. So every term is 7 term. For example, the first term. तो ये क्या बोल रहा है? Every term मतलब अगर first term is 7 times the sum of all the terms that follow, which means A is equals to 7 times AR plus AR square plus AR cube and so on and so forth till infinity. This is what they are saying. तो यहाँ से मुझे क्या मिला? I can take AR common. 7 AR मैंने common ले लिया. Then what is it? 1 plus R square plus so on and so forth, right? Infinite GPA. ठीक है? I will assume mod R to be less than 1 अगर मुझे ये question solve करना है तो. So this becomes 7 AR into A upon 1 minus R. यहाँ पे A कितना है? A is 1. R कितना है? R is R. So this is nothing but 1 upon 1 minus R. यहाँ से A and A will get cancelled. 7R is equals to 1 minus R. तो यहाँ से मेरा R कितना आ गया? 1 by 8 आ गया. ठीक है? Then if the sum of the first and the second term is 9, first term is A, second term is AR, इसका sum is 9 and find the GP. ठीक है, तो मुझे R तो already पता है, I just have to calculate A. तो A is 9 upon 1 plus R. So what is this? 9 upon 1 plus 1 by 8. This is 9 by 8. 9 will get cancelled and A will be 8. ठीक है, तो मेरा GP कितना हो गया? GP was 8. Then ratio is 1 by 8. So this is 1. Then 1 by 8. Then 1 by 64. And so on and so forth. This is your GP. Okay, so that is how you have to solve questions of a GP. Clear? So learning is जो भी given equations है उसको frame it down in the form of an equation, keep solving, finding the values and substitute. Next question. Let's see. Others, I only received 2 responses. I think everyone should have been able to solve it. करना कुछ नहीं है. Is the generic term, ठीक है, n is greater than 2 first, ठीक है. तो simple करना है. Tn कितना होगा? You just have to keep on substituting the values. ठीक है. So Tn will be a into r to the power n minus 1, a into r to the power n minus 1, correct. n minus 1 ऊपर ही आएगा, ठीक है. Is equals to n minus 1 टर्म कितना होगा? ये होगा प्लस n minus 2 टर्म कितना होगा? ये होगा, राइट. So now what you do is you just cancel a and cancel r to the power n minus 3 as well. क्या बचेगा? This is nothing but r square into r to the power n minus 3, right? This is nothing but r into r to the power n minus 3. r to the power n minus 3 can be cancelled. ठीक है. So this will be left out with r square is equals to r plus 1. This is nothing but r square minus r minus 1 is equals to 0. So r is equals to minus b plus minus under root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So this is 1 plus minus root 5 by 2, but it is given that common ratio is positive real number. So 1 minus root 5 by 2 is less than 0. We will remove it and we will just keep one value, which is 1 plus root 5 by 2. This is the final answer. See, one thing you guys could have done is just put n equals to 3 and solve it. Or you have one equation, r to the power n minus 1 is equals to r to the power n minus 2 plus r to the power n minus 3, right? What you do, you just take r to the power n minus 3 common. What will be this? This is r plus 1. You just take r to the power n minus and you just let this be r to the power n minus 1. Then you divide it by r to the power n minus 3, right? What is this then? The powers will get cancelled. Like they will be subtracted. So this is r square is equals to r plus 1. Okay, Aditi. So let's move on to the concept of geometric mean. Okay, please pay attention. Similar to, so arithmetic mean was b is equals to a plus c by 2, right? It was the middle term. Similarly, if you observe the pattern here, these are the 3 numbers in geometric progression. If you square the middle term, 4 square, this is equals to first into third term, right? So here, if you have 3 terms that are in GP, the property will be b square is equals to ac. You can also prove it. You have a, b, c. This is a, this is ar, this is ar square. Now b square is nothing but ar ka whole square, which is a square r square, and a into c is nothing but a into ar square, which is a square r square. So hence proved that b square is equals to ac. Hence b square is equals to ac for, or what you can say is कि b upon a is same as c upon b, right? Because a, b, c are in GP, so b upon a has to be equals to c upon b. Then you just cross multiply them, you will get b square equals to ac. Now similarly, we have a property that 2, 4, 8 का geometric mean क्या है? It is 4, right? How do you calculate geometric mean? For example, अगर तुमको 3, 4, 5 numbers दे दी, you have to calculate arithmetic mean. So arithmetic mean क्या होता है? Arithmetic mean is nothing but sum of all the numbers upon the total number of terms. ठीक है? This is the arithmetic mean. Similarly, अगर आपको geometric mean निकालना है, what is geometric mean? Geometric mean is nothing but you just multiply all the terms. अगर ये समझ में नहीं आ रहा तो I'll just explain. This is the generic term of geometric mean. So what I'm saying is geometric mean is nothing but T1. अगर 3 terms given है T1, T2, T3, you just multiply them and then take cube, like 1 by 3. अगर 10 term given है, it is T1 into T2 into T3 till T10 to the power 1 by 10. ठीक है, 100 given है तो 1 by 100 हो जाएगा. This is how you calculate geometric mean. तो 2, 4 और 8 का geometric mean निकालना है तो क्या होगा? Middle term होगी, which is 4, or it is 8 into 4 into 2 to the power 1 by 3, which is again 4. Now again the same property. अगर दो numbers के बीच में GM introduce करोगे तो resultant sequence GP में होगी. How do you validate it? इन दोनों का GM क्या होगा? 3 and 27 का? It is square root of 3 into 27, which is nothing but 9. So if you introduce this, 3 9 इन 27 ये एक जीपी में हो जाएगा जिसका आर इज 3. Here in this single slide we have covered a lot of concepts. It's again the same thing. अगर मैं n geometric means को इंट्रोड्यूस कर दूंगा a और b के बीच में तो भी रिजल्टेंट सीक्वेंस gp में ही रहेगी, same as how it was for ap. So let's solve this question. Product of first 9 terms निकालना. बहुत ही सिंपल क्वेश्चन था, ये गलत नहीं होना चाहिए. आंसर इज 3 to the power 9. How do you do it? पूछा गया है प्रोडक्ट ऑफ फर्स्ट 9 टर्म्स t1 into t2 into t3 till tn तक पूछा गया है, राइट? t1 कितना है a, t2 कितना है ar, t3 कितना है ar स्क्वायर till a to the power a into r to the power 8. ये बहुत ही सब्जेक्टिव मेथड है. इसको सॉल्व करोगे क्या आता है, a to the power 9 into r to the power 36. r to the power 36 कैसे आया, क्योंकि r की पावर 1 plus 2 plus till 8 है, which is nothing but 8 into 9 by 2 36. ठीक है, and a की 9 टर्म्स है, so it is a to the power r. Now a to the power 9 into r to the power 36 is nothing but a into r to the power 4 की whole power 9. अभी फिफ्थ टर्म इज गिवन एज 3. फिफ्थ टर्म क्या होगी, a into r to the power 4 is 3. तो यहाँ पे बस 3 सब्स्टिट्यूट किया, you will get 3 to the power 9. ठीक है, और क्या कर सकते हो, 9 टर्म्स गिवन है. ठीक है, तो अगर 9 टर्म्स जीपी में तो इसका ज्योमेट्रिक मीन क्या होगा, ज्योमेट्रिक मीन विल बी नथिंग बट द फिफ्थ टर्म. सेम 9 plus 1 by 2 जो सेंट्रल टर्म होगी वो तुम्हारी ज्योमेट्रिक मीन होगी. वी हैव डिस्कस दिस. सो ज्योमेट्रिक मीन इज एक्चुअली गिवन एज 3. ठीक है, ज्योमेट्रिक मीन क्या होता है, मैंने बताया था प्रोडक्ट ऑफ ऑल द टर्म्स होता है टिल tn. इसकी होल पावर क्या होता है, 1 by 9 बिकॉज वी हैव 9 टर्म्स. तुमसे पूछा ये, सो यू जस्ट टेक पावर 9 ऑन बोथ द साइड्स. आंसर विल बी 3 to the power 9. So similarly the points to note here is if n is odd, product of n terms in GP will be equals to middle term to the power n. Should be able to visualize कि अगर n odd है, जो मैंने भी बताया था, अगर n odd है तो जो मिडिल टर्म होगी हमारी डेफिनेटली होगी, राइट? जैसे लास्ट क्वेश्चन में थी, अगर ऑड नंबर ऑफ टर्म्स है तो मिडिल टर्म की पावर n will be the product of n terms of a GP. Right? Same as what we have done in last question. अब वहां पे in the case of arithmetic progression we know कि अगर मेरे पास 3 टर्म्स होती तो मैं जनरल टर्म्स क्या लेता हूं, a minus d, a and a plus d. So similarly GP में if you have to take general terms, मुझे पर्सनली कमेंट करके बताना कि जनरल टर्म्स क्या लोगे. If you have 3 terms in a GP and you have to take the generalized expression, तो क्या लोगे? One is of course a ar or ar square, but that will not make your life easier. Yes, very good. I think most of you are right. We will take it as a by r, a and ar, which is the next term. अगर 3 terms given है GP में तो you will take terms as a by r, a and ar. क्यों? क्योंकि क्वेश्चन में गिवन रहेगा कि मल्टीप्लिकेशन ऑफ ऑल द 3 टर्म इज से 27. So you can multiply them, r and r will get cancelled. This is 27 and then you can just solve it. ठीक है, अगर 3 की जगह 4 टर्म्स होगा फिर देन टर्म्स क्या होगी, अब बताओ. ए आर, ए बाय आर. ठीक है, मे बी तुम लोग करो ए आर क्यूब एंड ए बाय आर. This is how the terms will be if you have even number of terms, right? Here, even हुआ तो क्या करना है, odd हुआ तो कैसे लेना है. Aim क्या है हमारा, दोनों में our objective was to just get rid of one variable. यहाँ पे मल्टीप्लीकेशन करके मुझे वेरिएबल खत्म करना है एक, इसलिए r सिमेट्रिकल होना चाहिए. वहां पे ऐड करके मुझे एक वेरिएबल हटाना है तो एडिशन करके d हटना चाहिए था. क्लियर दोनों को? And you guys should be able to relate AP with GP. जैसे AP में जो भी फंडे पड़े, similarly वहां प्लस होता था, यहाँ पे बस मल्टीप्लाई होगा. This is the only change between an AP and a GP. Rest every concept remains same. ठीक है, then apply this. Take care of all the cases, all the possible cases. Nandini, it's wrong. Simple question. You ठीक है, मैं I will just write it down. Answer is 139 or 931. Anyone who is saying only one sequence, unka answer is wrong. terms are A by R, A and AR. Product is 27. 3 cube. So A is 3. ठीक है. Sum is 13. ठीक है. You just solve this quadratic equation. क्या आता है? 1 by R plus R is equals to 10 by 3. You don't have to solve it, right? If you remember equations में मैंने directly बताया था that 10 by 3 is nothing but 3 plus 1 by 3. So R is nothing but 3 or 1 by 3. R 3 भी हो सकता है और 1 by 3 भी हो सकता है. Right? Then you just substitute the values and you can see that. Yeah. Next will be AGP and miscellaneous series. ठीक है? चलो, see you then.